Hey friends, when I started at Toolpath, I shared a raw, uncut video talking about why I made the leap and what I saw in Toolpath. And many of you sent me notes of encouragement saying I should continue to share in such a transparent way. So I thought I'd do the same thing again today, this time sharing an update on what we've been working on and respond to some of your questions. For me, it's been all about making sure it's easy to get data into the system so it can start to work before you've spent any time or while you're doing other things. One of those simple ways is to be able to drag and drop multiple files and upload them into the system. So here I've just dragged and dropped a couple step files. The truth is, most of the time, shop's work comes in via email. That's often in terms of an email with a couple parts attached. In this case, I'm in the email for Estimator, the fictitious person at Toolpath that does the estimating, and we've got an email from an impatient CEO. In that case, it's me wanting some parts in a rush. So in this case, I'll simply forward that email to uploads@toolpath.com. Because Estimator has an account at toolpath.com, the system automatically understands that it's coming from somebody with an account. If an email came in from somebody without an account, it would bounce back and let them know that an account's needed. But in this case, Estimator does have an account. So when we go over to that account, we can see the documents that I'd started uploading already. And a quick refresh should show the emailed parts starting to come in. So those emailed parts will begin to come in. While they're coming in, I'd like to talk about a few other changes we'd made. When we looked at this clamp last time, it was trying to machine the part, the AI was trying to machine the part in 5 setups and working its way around trying to get at this internal pocket because of that sharp corner. But the reality is, as machinists, we look at that part and we know that we can probably take some creative license and with a large enough tool round this corner out, and it's going to fade it a little bit, but it's going to be within the tolerance band of the part, very likely. Now, in some cases it wouldn't be, but still, we'd want to machine the part from this angle and then notice where a radius is left, instead of trying to attack the part from many different angles to work its way in like the AI was doing. So we took that feedback and we've updated things. So now the most recent uploaded version of that top clamp, so this is the one right here, it still has the sharp corner, but we're attempting to machine that in 4 setups instead, attacking the pocket from this angle. Now, it is important to note that we know that we need to do some better communication of saying we've used up a tolerance band and we feel like we can leave a small radius in that corner within a tolerance band. We need to work on how we communicate that to you, so that'll be some good feedback for you to share with us in terms of how we should communicate that. There was a number of questions also in regards to this 100% and some assumptions that the 100% meant the part is 100% machinable. And that's not actually the case. The 100% is going far beyond that. And it's referring to how much of the part is machinable with your given tool library. Now, we do think we should probably show our DFM technology in parallel to look at how machinable is the full part versus how machinable it is with your library. But the reality is 2 people that have 2 different tool libraries will get different answers because a given tool library is going to define what can be machined. In this particular case, it's a great part from Fictive. There's a slot that requires a T slot, and because in our library we have a T slot cutter, this part is being machined in 3 setups, 3 operations as we call it here. And it's machining that slot with a T-slot cutter. So I think it's exciting to know that that analysis is done, again, on your library. It's going to attack the part in the way you would attack the part, because the purpose of this estimating tool is to find work that is a good fit for your given shop. So that was one of the other questions that I thought that I would address quickly. All of these parts have come in and are analyzed, but you shouldn't have to be waiting in the system to see when things are done. If I bounce back to the email for Estimator, we can see that the Toolpath system has sent an email back with a summary. In this case, 4 of those components have come in, and we could view the report. One of the components was rejected. This is something that we're working on now, is saying, how do we fail more gracefully? One of the things we don't do today is support multi-body step files, and we should really be able to tear those apart and create individual machinable components. We don't today. So in this case, we're sending an email back saying one of the components was a multi-body step file, and the system couldn't automatically pull that apart. You'll see us continue to work in that area as we move forward of failing gracefully when we can't analyze a part. Maybe you tried the system and had some parts that the system failed on, and we'll do better and better at being able to visualize everything, even if we can't program everything. But then also in cases like this, you'll see us put work into pulling that part apart to be able to machine it. Anyway, that was a quick update for Monday. Hopefully these transparent updates are helpful. Please send your comments. It will help us continue to drive the product forward. Cheers.